some interaction. Just if you know, let us know what the levels are like, guys. Let us know where you're listening today.
Here we go.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Newman Stadium this evening as Chorley take on Radcliffe Borough. Myself, Pete Tscherewik, joined alongside Oran Willis. Oran, round 2 of the Boxing Day postponed game. What are your thoughts ahead of this one?
Yeah, good chance for Chorley to change the result that was on that thankfully postponed game on Boxing Day. Chorley came out that day and I think they were probably still full of a bit of turkey. I think they weren't on good form that day. Obviously, technically losing 1-0, but obviously the game was postponed. But another opportunity now. We'll go out for the 3 points today.
Yeah, definitely a game on that occasion where the Magpies' performance fell flat, it's fair to say, and again Andy Priest has rung the changes for this evening's game following on from Saturday's win against South Shields. Both teams just entering the field of play now, led out by referee Declan Brown. We'll go through the two teams quickly. Our visitors, Radcliffe in goal is number 1 Matt Hewlett, number 2 Brad Jackson, 3 Scott Duxbury, 4 Rick Smith, 7 Josh Hancock, 8 George Glendon, 9 and captain is Jordan Hume, 15 Brad Roscoe, 17 Tom Walker, 24 Matt Sargent and 34 Danny Greenfield. For Chorley this evening, goal is the number 1 and captain Matt Irwin. 2 coming in place of Jack Moore is Adam Henley, 3 Mark Ellis, 5 Harvey Smith, 6 Joe Nolan who comes in for the injured Christy Montgomery, 8 Mike Calverley, 9 Jack Sampson who comes in for Mo Torre, 10 in place of Cole Hall is Tom Carr, 14 George Horbury, 16 Adam Blakeman, and finally in place of number 15 David Meze is 23 Warren Clark. So again, as we mentioned, Oran, Andy Priest freshening things up for tonight's game, and interested to see how the Magpies start off.
Yeah, we're in great form. 5 games in a row we've won, 10 on the bounce with no loss at the minute. Couple of changes, had to freshen up a little bit like you did for the last game, and that's what you're going to have to do, use the full squad. There's 16, 17 players there that we're going to move around, give opportunities to others and get a little bit of put some miles in some other people's legs as well and rest others. So good opportunity here for Chorley to keep this good win running.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned there in terms of the number of players, Chorley joint second in terms of the least numbers used in terms of the players. We've got another player on the bench tonight, Noel Brindle, 17 years of age, great experience for him. He's been on the bench a couple of times for Chorley. Whether he'll be used or not is a different story, but again it just goes to show that Chorley not massive in terms of depth, but just got to use the quality players that they've got in the ranks at the moment. Yeah,
and obviously we're a little bit unlucky, obviously bringing in Montgomery in on loan, and he got an injury in that first game. He actually got a crack on the heel of his foot in literally the first minute. He played on through the rest of that first half, but at half time he got in and his leg just blew up, so they took him off. So it may be a while before he comes back as well. So there is players there that can put a claim for a place, but as you say, it's a small squad.
Yeah, another one who's obviously missing. A few questions have been asked about Craig here. What we can say is Craig is still injured at the moment. He's had a few more issues with regards to his ankle now. As far as it looks, he may be out for a little bit while longer, but as it is, Chorley will go without him as the game kicks off. Chorley get us underway, kicking towards ourselves here, sat in a precarious position, it's fair to say, or if the ball goes over the top, it could be well into our laptop.
Yeah, it could watch your laptop there, Pete. Yeah, so Chorley are kicking into, I'll say if it was a home game, we'd be kicking into the Duke Street end, if that makes sense. We took the kick off and went direct straight away.
Well, we mentioned it in the warm-up, or obviously off broadcast, there was an element of Radcliffe players seeming to be practicing defending set pieces as if they were looking to double mark on players, and Chorley again continue to be this team that set piece lay, but we know there's a lot more to it than that, but teams clearly doing everything they can in the preparation of the game to try and nullify that threat.
Yeah, just something that we noticed, there were a coach and then 2 defenders were towards the front post, sort of like double marking on the player. Made the assumption that Andy Priest know that potentially that could be what they're going to look on for Elo, so be interested to see what happens.
Yeah, it will, and fair play. We just mentioned obviously Boxing Day was 330 or so tickets sold in the away end. Obviously a segregated game tonight looks to at least be a good 100-150 on this evening. Absolutely. A few comments were made regards to the pricing. Obviously Radcliffe have reduced the pricing, but as you would, you'd probably be a bit miffed that you've not got a refund or being able to use your initial tickets, but it's league rules, isn't it? You know, under an FA trophy directive. But credit again, fans have been magnificent this season, and hopefully the Magpies can get a result for them as much as for themselves.
Yeah, you've got to follow the league rules in those situations. You know, like I said, there was a good crowd that came on Boxing Day, but the league said that technically that was a played game, although not an ended result. That another fixture was to take place, and it had to be a charged event. Like we've it happened with us before with Spennymoor in previous years, hasn't it?
Yeah, the Spennymoor game, of course, and it was definitely an interesting state of affairs. The delay at half time, my eyes were absolutely killing me watching the game. I know you on that day, Oran, were in the away end and everyone was going on about the light show, but for me, trying to watch the game and trying to report on the game was an absolute nightmare. And I remember that evening going back towards home, and my eyes were absolutely all over the place. I had a stinging headache, and it felt like everything had...
That was nothing to do with your Boxing or Christmas Day,
No,
was
it was just everything in terms of, I'm thinking, well, where's the day gone? You know, you're going back to continue all the festivities, have a Boxing Day feast and whatever, but I was all over the place. Things different today, though, and Chorley, for the first time, 3 minutes on the clock, just begins to come forward through Warren Clark, and Calverley now drives through the heart of the midfield. He's got an option right with Adam Henley, finds him. Henley goes to cross, and it's blocked behind for a throw. Great to see you listening in, Keith. I'm sure we'll catch up at some point tomorrow, although actually I'm heading out in the afternoon, so I might have to give you a miss. Happy birthday to Alex Snape. Great to see everyone listening in. Just let us know if there's any issues with the sound. If everything's crystal clear, we'll adjust it. If not, as things stand though, Adam Blakeman over to take a long throw on the far side. 3.5 minutes gone. Throw comes in towards the head of Sampson, who flicks it on nicely, and there's just nobody there to get on the end of it. But good flick from Sampson. Blakeman tries to deliver first time in. Goes back towards Henley, and number 3 Scott Duxbury clears. It's interesting though, Warren, obviously we noticed from Boxing Day how quickly Radcliffe can go from back to front, and they're quite clearly trying to do the same again here, aren't they?
Yeah, looking to put the ball quickly forward.
It's brilliant feet there from Joe Nolan, who just went with his left, on with his right, and just controlled the ball as Radcliffe looked to come forward. And as we've known a little bit, especially in recent weeks, Chorley's press very high. Adam Henley up the field, back in the side tonight in place of Jack Moore. And Radcliffe now just taking the time, looking to build up the play slowly, not forcing it by any means. Go out wide now to Brad Jackson.
Do like they also spread it as well, don't they? Spread it from left to right quite quickly.
I think that's out for a throw. I think it is a Chorley throw. It's quite hard to see. You have to excuse us if we get a couple of calls wrong. It's very hard to see, although the floodlights are on and the floodlights are working. No electronic problems, touch wood, just yet, but it's quite hard to make out. It is a Chorley throw right down the other end, the away end.
The run-up area, if you think of a throw-in as well, like, you know, think well Blakeman will take those long throws. There isn't much of a run-up as well. It's very short, probably only about three or 4 feet behind the white line is the hoarding. So that could affect those long throws, unless you run at sort of an angle.
Chorley, Tom Carr just looking to apply the pressure there on Brad Roscoe, and it's forced all the way back to Hewlett. Sampson pressurising on the number 4 Rick Smith, who hits it long, goes all the way over, and Harvey Smith's forced to head it. Radcliffe coming again down this right hand side. Ball towards the edge of the box. It's free for the 24, who for a minute like he was going to go for the shot, but instead of piercing past the cross goal. Can't quite tell who got the block in there, but it was a vital one. Irwin came out quickly. Almost 6 minutes to the clock, and Radcliffe starting as they did against us on Boxing Day. They've
slow passing, but very accurate.
The killer instinct there, and George Horbury just muscles off the ball the right hand side. Pressure continues from Radcliffe. Digged in towards the box. Hume tried to get the shot off it, poked off his foot from Mark Ellis, but again Radcliffe applying some good early pressure here. Chorley shaping up nicely though, and now again this is where they do it again, Oran, where Radcliffe just taking the time, building it up, maintaining possession.
They're not afraid to put a foot on the ball and just, you know, take a second look around, reset. But the good sort of one-touch passing, and then
That's where they get it wrong. The ball's over the top. They tried to spray it, and it's out for a goal kick. And Matt Owen will be grateful to have this one. Great to have you with us as well, Stu Taylor. Stu, of course, the front man for the Chorley away day, has been fantastic for us this season with all the hard work, Stuart. And I'm sure we'll see you very soon at, this Saturday for the game against Warrington Town, another one of the teams towards the bottom of the table. Irwin takes the goal kick, it's in towards Greenfield. Mike Calverley nips in and Warren Clark, the chase is on. Roscoe hits it against Warren Clark and it's behind for a goal kick. Rick Smith just sign of appreciation to Brad Roscoe, and Hewlett just for a second looked like he might have taken that short, but instead he now gives it a second thought, holds on to it, and he's sending his players to go long.
Yeah, very direct with their play so far, Borough. But it's controlled as well, so it's not sort of hit and hope. And it's a second man run off the ball, if that makes sense as well.
Yeah, we just mentioned, didn't we, Warrington Town? Well, they're already a goal behind away at Hereford. Perfect start for the Bulls, nightmare for Paul Carden's side. Elsewhere, Kidderminster have taken the lead away at Marine, and Oxford City down to 10 in the early stages at Kings Lynn. So, Radcliffe again building quickly here down this left-hand side this time. Josh Hancock interchanging with Duxbury, and Scott Duxbury tries to cross, has to settle for the throw. 9 minutes on the clock, and Radcliffe, arguably Oran probably being the better of the two sides in the opening 10 minutes.
Yeah, seem to be the ones doing the more clinical passing. Getting the foot on the ball, I'd say they probably had about 70-80% of the ball so far.
The first foul?
Yeah, first foul there. I think Sampson tried to nick it off the defender, but left the foot in. Nothing malicious. It gives them an opportunity to float this in from about, angled from about 35-40 yards. Good position. You'd want Blakeman on this one.
Yep, it's right over on that left-hand side. It's the 17, Tom Walker. Tom Walker, a player with a lot of experience at this level, previously of AFC Fylde, and he'll deliver with his left. It's in towards the front post. Not quite clear, but it is at the second attempt. I think it's Blakeman actually who just pokes that one out for a throw. Comes again across the box. This time it's Ellis who clears, and now pressure on, and it's a loose pass. Is it a loose-ish pass? Hewlett enough time to cover that one off.
Yeah, when the ball does go out of play for a throw-in or a corner for the Borough, they are very much trying to get it done quickly. That'll learn Chorley get set up. That's something that Priestley will have to get his team ready to know.
The goal that Radcliffe scored that never counted from Jordan Hume, it was a case of very early on they were trying to get the ball into the box as often as they can, and they've started similarly here. Yeah. Lots of diagonal balls, lots of balls into the box, and without any real joy yet. Great to see you, Jeff. Commercial Director JC and John Miller. Yes guys. Feel free to share the link around, guys. The more the merrier. Always love reading your comments, any feedback. That's the spirit, John. Come on, surely let's have another win tonight. I think it's fair to say, Oran, as well, though, Radcliffe, like 19th, we mentioned before the game tonight, but fair to say they're not in a position that really represents how good they are.
No, not at all. Like, I'm watching here, like, you know, they seem to be the team that are up the table like ourselves at the minute, very much in control. I wonder what their away form is like compared to their home form. That may be interesting to check.
Good header from Blakeman. Yeah, absolutely, and of course the reverse fixture this will be the game on Good Friday. I believe the second to last game of the season, of the regular season. Of course, the final one's away at Rushall of all places.
As long as we pick up the trophy the game before, Pete, that's all right.
It's a good run from Blakeman and plays it into Sampson, who's outnumbered, but Warren Clark takes his time. Joe Nolan through the middle, finds George Horbury, who turns, has to offload, and his pass is just about find Adam Henley. Horbury tries to just turn it inside towards Carr, but can't. And now Radcliffe again looking to counter through Walker.
Just seem to be getting first to the ball. Radcliffe here, first to the ball, and even on the second, on the breakdowns, they seem to be first lead as well.
It's interesting to mention that red card at Kings Lynn. It was after 30 seconds. 30 seconds of the game, a red
Sounds
card
like
for a last
that.
ditch challenge.
Premeditated, Pete, you think?
Yeah, let us know, Stuart, if you've got any more seats available for your minibus and for the people who want to come. You let them know what the procedure is. I'm sure it'll be your email or your Twitter. Feel free to let everyone know. Again, more the merrier that come to Warrington Town. Again, fantastic support tonight on a Tuesday night. Interesting, just seen on Facebook, Oran, our resident bus driver Matt Haslam is at Hereford.
Ooh.
Cheering on Chorley, he says. Do we call him a traitor or not? Do we let him off?
We'll let him off. We'll just take the piss out of his turkey teeth.
His Latvia teeth, actually. His
Latvia,
Mike Carley just makes a foul 25 yards, 30 yards from goal, right-hand side. Dare I say, probably not a shooting position.
It's a dangerous position, this. Keep giving them opportunities to get these balls in. This is how they scored.
Well, we've said so much, haven't we, over the last few weeks with regards to oppositions giving chances in set pieces and surely taking advantage. Well, you don't want it to be a case of roles reversed here, do you? You want it to be a case of no silly fouls, no opportunities, because again, these teams you mentioned about set pieces, a lot of it's from their own undoing when they're giving away the silly fouls.
Yeah, absolutely.
Again, surely yet to test Hewlett in goal. Haven't had a shot in the opening 14 minutes, but not like they don't look uncomfortable, do they?
No, not like it was on the Boxing Day game. We're a little bit better than that, I say. At least we're getting the ball down and having a bit of possession. But all the attacking is coming from Radcliffe.
Looked like it may have come off a hand there, but surely in either way, clear it nicely through Nolan and gives it to Carr. A bit of space to run into. He's got two defenders coming towards him. Done brilliantly. Tom Carr, now he goes down and does what he does best. Wins a foul on the left hand side. Number 2, Brad Jackson, just chops him down. And surely now a free kick.
Yeah, it was fantastic by Tom Carr.
Side closest to us. Blakeman's straight over. Brilliant from Carr, though. He must run at least 40 or 50 yards there. He looks outnumbered. Does brilliantly, Tom. Being really good for me in the last few weeks again.
Yeah, took the
I think
ball
it might
down.
be Easter Monday in, actually. Easter Monday, Good Friday. Can't remember which way round it is. You probably know better than me, Ian. But either way, I know it's the second to last game of the season. Blakeman over the free kick, left hand side. Goes in, push inside the box on Carr. It's won by Calverley. It's the first shot on target, a header on target, 16 minutes on the clock. It's straight at Hewlett, but that's again set piece and an opportunity for Chorley.
Opportunity.
Mike Calverley was.
Yeah, I've been very impressed with Tom Carr in the past few weeks. He's stepped it up. You can see he hustles for the ball, and he makes long darted runs and holds the ball up and likes to bring people into play. And he always brings a foul as well, if you know what I mean. He holds it up to help the team.
Yeah, it was really, really good from Carr again. You've got to be smart and you've got to be savvy in those situations to win the foul. And sometimes they don't get given in your favour. And I think maybe, if we're being really critical, there have been times where Carr hasn't had it. And again, he goes down to get his feet together and went left and right. But like I say, I think there's been a few occasions this season where Carr has gone looking for the foul. The referee hasn't given it. But especially in recent weeks, he seems to be getting a lot more than he's not. Yeah. Chorley now looking more positive. as Nolan finds Warren Clark on this left-hand side. Looks to take on Jackson, does brilliantly, beats Jackson. Balls into the box. Oh, it's met by Carr and just falls on his feet.
He just couldn't get enough on it. The ball was crossed in, and he swung his left foot at it and missed it with his left and hit his back foot. Just opportunity there, really good chance.
Couldn't sort his feet out at the time it came at him very quickly. I don't think he was expecting it nearly.
No, there was a defender on the front post who swung and missed. So he just has to gamble in those situations, believe that the ball's going to come through to you. Just stumbled on it. But excellent from Warren Clark, beating this man and getting that cross
really
in.
good positive play from Clark on the left, and that's what he gives you. Jack Sampson just goes up for an aerial duel with Brad Roscoe, lands to the feet of Joe Nolan, who I think more than anyone else in a black and white shirt has seen the most of the ball tonight.
That's it. Chorley on top now, bit more possession. Great run.
Adam Henley, left-hand side, ball into the box again, met by the foot of Sampson, looking for a player to lay off, hits to George Horbury, who immediately has his shot blocked by the 24, Matt Sargent, but wins it back after a head in his hand, and Adam Henley just to come in together there with Josh Hancock, and frustration from Henley, who slaps the turf.
Yeah, delightful little dink pass by Calvary out to the right, where Henley was up high, he got that cross in. Sampson was only able to hold on to the ball and sort of back up to the goal. He tried to lay it off to George Horbury. He couldn't get his shot away. And the ball spins away really for...
We'll go through some of the latest scores in the National League North. Southport have just taken the lead against Farsley Celtic. Warrington Town have equalised against Hereford. Kings Lynn have now gone a goal to the good against Oxford City, and Kidderminster remain a goal up against Marine. So mostly as you'd expect. Warrington Town have up, that's a clear foul, yep. Glendon on Horbury, pulls him down. You can't not give that. Referee Declan Brown, who had a little chat with before the game. Very friendly.
Yeah, he's always going to give a free kick for that one when they're pulling the shirt down. So there was one before with Sampson and Roscoe having a bit of a shuffle for a header. That's gonna continue and play on as a centre half and striker do.
But you just want a bit of consistency from the referee, and Blakeman will just loft this one in from halfway towards Sampson, beaten to it by Smith and Nolan this time, second time. Bit of head tennis, and Nolan just pokes it back in towards Sampson. Ellis is there in lying in wait, Johnny on the spot, but Radcliffe clear. On this right hand side it's Brad Jackson, who just holds it up for a minute, picks out his winger on the right, and Warren Clark's unlucky. Blakeman put his foot in for the challenge, and Clark looking to just try and spin it on its head and go up the other end, and unfortunately came off his foot.
I'm impressed by Radcliffe how they play. You know, they don't panic when they're on the ball. They want to play football and then look for that, you know, either chip in behind or ball over the top or diagonal ball. You know, you mentioned before, it doesn't look like a team are 19th in the league at all.
No, and I think maybe one thing that maybe is slightly misinterpreted is the fact that I think they've got as many as three games in hand on other teams.
You'd probably end up somewhere like 10th or something after that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you know, they've got, this is another one of the games in hand. Obviously Chorley's other outstanding game in hand will be unfortunately on my birthday away at Darlington. Wouldn't want to spend it anywhere else, I'm sure. No comment. But all of a sudden now, Radcliffe, I don't know what that was for, Oran. It looked like there might be a little bit of a nip in there, or high foot, sorry. Being fought by from Radcliffe. The ball comes into the box. It's delivered nicely. A bit too much on it though, and Henley heads it. Tom Walker again, just looking to try and build the attack, but great press from Joe Nolan, forces him back. Oh, that's close. Great pressing from Chorley though, and they've won the ball back, but Radcliffe, bit of rub of the green that time, and Nolan again, he's been brilliant in the opening 22 minutes.
Yeah, he's that destroyer, isn't he? He breaks everything up, and then also when you want the ball to calm down and to take the sting out of it, he can put his foot on it and control the ball.
I think if you would have been surprised at the fact that Christy Montgomery started at the weekend, having only obviously trained with the Magpies on Thursday and then being thrown straight in for his debut, obviously unfortunate that Christy took that heavy knock and was forced off through injury, but obviously Nolan coming straight back in, a straight swap, but you know, maybe a case if he wanted to sort of stake a bit more of a claim and make a point of it. You know, I don't think Joe needs to really prove too much of a point, to be perfectly honest.
He's got to be careful here.
Jack Sampson just putting the pressure on there on Rick Smith, who couldn't get his feet together and had to force it back to Hewell.
It's done well, Warren Clark here.
Yep, Warren Clark, left-hand side, 3 to his name, and goes for the shot with 3 defenders surrounded about him. Probably the right choice in the end because he's won his side a corner.
Yeah, first corner for Chorley here.
And you just see standing up here, Oran, because
trying to get out of your way,
where we are, we can't see the we can't see the corner flag.
Yeah.
What we do know though is Adam Blakeman will go and take it.
Yeah, it'll be the outswinger from Adam Blakeman from the from our side to the right hand side. All the big men are up.
So Blakeman all over, all on the goal line. Ellis has got 2 players around him. He's just telling them to stop. He's running around the back now. Mark Ellis, a great view for us to watch Mark Ellis and the like. Ball into the box towards Harvey Smith. He's got a shirt pulled. Not enough, says Declan Brown. No real appeals, to be fair. And comes in the second bite of the cherry. It's a really, it's another corner.
Come on.
Tom Carr's down on the floor, but can just see there Radcliffe was struggling to clear that one. It was a great first time ball in from George Horbury, looping in towards the box. That corridor of uncertainty, and it was forced behind for another corner.
Yeah, I think only me and Mark Ellis saw the handball as well. Sort of came off the player who was falling backwards and off his hand and out for the goal kick.
Does it just hit his arm?
I'll go with Mark Ellis's point of view. Second corner coming in. This will be the in-swinger now, obviously, from Blakes.
Got a good view of this one, the in-swinger on the far side, the dugout side, and bit of pushing and shoving. Blakeman delivers towards the back post. It's punched behind from Hewell. Can't quite make out whether it will be a corner or not. I think it is a throw. Hewell being tested there. Chorley had about 4 players around him.
Did well to get 2 fists on there.
He did. You know, to be fair, he made his call early, and to argue it was probably the right call, but it will be a long throw. We can't quite see it, I'm afraid. Horbury offers the short option to Radcliffe players. In towards the head of Smith. Horbury battles away, but he's beaten to it by Glendon, who's just on this right. Looks to hit it long, and it's straight into the feet of Nolan, who takes it down, goes to the diagonal wide towards Ellis, who stayed up, heads it on. Doesn't quite flick it into Tom Carr. It's straight at the goalkeeper.
Yeah, you could see what Ellis was doing there. He peeled off to the back stick. Ellis was flicked in. What his idea was is just get it back into the box, sort of square it. But he couldn't get enough angle on it, and it goes straight through the keeper. Looking to defend Tom Carr.
Yeah, it's not the first time though that he's done that. I think he did it at Scarborough when he scored from Courtney Senior's cross. It was where he stayed up, he stayed forward, and you can just see the threat he poses as Sampson just goes to try and close down the goal kick. Nearly came off him, and I think it is a Radcliffe throw now after a half-headed clearance. It's over 100 viewers in, great to see. Sure, a few will say that they'll rather be at the sofas with a cup of tea and some digestives rather than being sat in the press box with a nose like Rudolph Oran.
It's not the worst, Pete. It's not the coolest day it's been.
Not quite like it was at pre-season a couple of years ago at Longridge, if I remember rightly, where I literally was like a drowned rat within 30 seconds of being at the game. But we mentioned it before the game. Facilities at Radcliffe are great. Pitch is looking in pretty good nick, to be fair. Quite a good support this evening from Radcliffe, from the home supporters and especially the away supporters. Just see Irwin is going to take this one, and
just before the halfway line.
Staying up. Henley, the only real player back for Chorley. It's looped up towards Calverley and Sampson. It's not one, and Calverley wins it. Kindly to Smith, who has a shot. And almost like the outside of his foot, or a tough one to take for a centre half especially, and it just goes wide.
Yeah, looped up into the air, and it looked like he was going to just smash it into the back of the net, but it sort of stayed long in the air, so the defender was able to get in front of him and sort of half block it. And he just rolls out for a goal kick
yeah,
there.
he tries to really put his foot through it to hit it flush, and maybe 10 times out of 100 they come off and they go on target. That one though, it was it left flat, and it ultimately goes behind for a goal kick. And
yeah, defender did what he had to do. He just had to get in the way, really.
Surely, definitely though, fair to say, have grown into this one, especially the last 10 or 15 minutes seem much more like it, much more settled, and like I say, just more of a threat, really.
Yeah, first quite a lot of the balls now, and then we're taking it down, taking the sting out of it, and looking for that second and third pass.
Carvely just takes it down with his chest and then goes to find Sampson. Brilliant ball over wide to Adam Henley. Going to go for goal, and it was headed goalward, but Scott Duxbury body on the line to clear. Ball back in towards the box. First time from Nolan. Chorley really grown into this one now. Sampson, ball at his feet. 2 players to contend with. Step overs left and right. Henley, right hand side. Chorley really putting the pressure on. Sampson holds it nicely, looking for an option. Radcliffe this time, first time clearance from Smith. He's got a chase after his own half clearance. But referee Declan Brown goes back for an earlier foul.
Yeah, Blakeman was coming back to cover with Smith, and as he was coming back was fouled. Sort of 3 players trying to press on Harvey Smith. And he just sort of clipped his back heel. But it was good intent from Chorley there, getting the foot on the ball, looking for a pass, looking to get it wide, looking to get across it. Adam Henley having a shot. Starting to build here as Matt Irwin plays the ball in from deep.
Good head on from Ellis. It's on target, but comfortable for the man in goal.
Yeah, he done well there, Ello. One of those ones that you have to connect really well with it.
Much better from Chorley though. Again, Ellis, that must be his second or third effort technically on target. Whether we class it as a shot or not is another story, but it just goes to show it. It seems to be every single. He doesn't ever lose out in the air. Very, very rare. He ever misses out. Marine have equalised against Kidderminster Harrier. Harrier's a big goal towards the bottom of the table, and Spennymoor have hit the front. I think they've got Alfreton Town this evening. I could be mistaken. I'll double check in a moment. As Radcliffe just looking to counter quickly. Duxbury left hand side plays it low, and Tom Carr's back to defend. Oh, Rick Smith, loads of time now to try and rebuild for Borough. Just again have another look at some of the latest scores. Spennymoor 2, Alfreton 0. That's the only other goal that's gone in at the moment here at the Newman. 31 minutes on the clock. Chorley probably second best in the opening 10 minutes, but since then Oran have looked for the better side.
Yeah, definitely more on top now. Nothing very clear cut as yet, but very much on top.
Oh, the only one really was the Calverley header, if you want to really single one out, but it was pretty comfortable for the goalkeeper, and Warren Clark just inches away from getting on the end of a piercing ball from deep from George Horbury, the keeper, again out quickly to come stop it, but Clark was very, very close to getting a foot on that.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where you play in with a bit of spin, sort of at an angle, so if you get a touch on it, you would take the goalkeeper and the player out of the field of play and have a break in on goal, but just spun through to the keeper.
Feel like, again, I have to mention Chorley in terms of how they're growing into this one. Seems to be winning a lot more second balls and seems to be pressing a lot better. It's interesting, a comment there from Graham Littler. How many we're taking to Warrington, does anyone know? Says sold out away end. Well, that's certainly news to me. I don't think we'll be filling the capacity of the Warrington Town game. I am due to speak with Warrington tomorrow regarding the game and ticketing from them, so we will provide an update as and when we can. We're yet to really receive too much from Warrington at the moment, so again, that along with the Chester game that's coming up, we'll have some more details hopefully to report on that game regarding ticketing and whatnot, hopefully by the end of this week. Chorley now though, breaking clear, Blakeman giving a lot of time to run. Finds Sampson, who flicks it back cleverly to Horbury. Nolan looks at Henley, delivers it nicely back post towards Tom Carr, and Rick Smith heads it. Horbury finds Blakeman, this left hand side. Blakeman, just could see what he was doing there, Oran. He just looked to take an extra touch.
Yeah, trying to cut in and cut out back on this left foot.
Yeah, to get a bit more of an angle. He couldn't quite get there, but Chorley's still in possession here, and Harvey Smith just goes for another ball, finds Sampson brilliantly. Sampson holding it up nicely, goes towards Adam Henley, driving again through edge of the box. Warren Clark still got it. Warren Clark goes for goal, it's deflected away. Calverley plays it across, headed off away. Henley, the move still going for Chorley, has a shot, looks like it was off a hand.
Corner Chorley.
Chorley have a corner. It looked like it did catch the hand, but I think, to be fair, Oran, I think the hand was down.
Yeah, it's one of them ones that they're all last ditch defending. The ball, they're shooting from, the ball, the defender's about 3 yards away from him, so really he's not deliberately going with the hand at all.
No.
But good again, attacking intent from Chorley there. There's 4 or 5 chances.
Lots of pressure building here.
And we've got the corner again now for the in-swinger from Adam Blakeman. And the likely lads are up. Mark Ellis is starting very deep this time.
Just having a look at the referee, who just stopped proceedings for a moment. He's having a word with Scott Duxbury and Tom Carr. Just telling the two to calm down, maybe a bit too much argy-bargy in there. So, corner will come in, it's Blakeman with the in-swinger. Watch Ellis towards this back post, now heads towards the front, running all around the back and forward. Ellis goes all the way, Hewlett doesn't catch it.
Horbury.
Calverley got his foot on it. Carr. Radcliffe scrambling, clearing a break, could be on for the hosts. Brilliantly done from George Horbury, and it's at the expense of a throw, but it just goes to show how quickly they look to really burst, don't they? All of a sudden they were scrambling it clear, and then bang, just trying to go straight up the other end.
They tried to counter-attack very quickly, but it was really a lot of last-ditch defending there. Balls, bit of head tennis 3 or 4 times up in the air, a couple of half strikes. Not comfortable in that defence, but enough to get rid of it.
Erwin
now.
Yeah, like I say, for that opening spell where Radcliffe really did try and come out the blocks quickly, they didn't test Erwin. You can see it 4 or 5 times now we can count where Hewell has been tested, not necessarily with saves, but with punches, having to be full of authority, and surely he'll be hoping that pressure eventually tells. Now a break. Nolan finds Carr, chests it down. Carr. It was good work from Warren Clark and Tom Carr. Really tough one to take for Carr to take it down, and eventually hits it over, but more encouragement.
Yeah, looked good. The ball came in from Henley, and then it was sort of a chest height for Tom Carr, who tried to spin in half volley, if that makes sense. Maybe could have left it to Henley to have a strike, but it would have been on Henley's left foot. Crowded players, so you can't really fault him for taking the strike, but all he could do was put it over the bar. But again, more attacking intent from Chorley. Still 0-0.
Yep, Kyle, you mentioned there. What's the score? Score goalless. 36 minutes gone. Best chance of the game really fell to Mike Calverley, who headed it towards goal from a set piece, I think it was, and it was a fairly comfortable save. Chorley, as we've mentioned, Oran have been on top for the last 15, pushing 20 minutes. Radcliffe started the game really well, but really have a chance on goal. Great to see you listening in, Greg Rivers. Hoping for another win this weekend for the Chorley under-18 women's side. Just having a little spell, aren't we here? Over the top, that's Radcliffe's best chance, really. It's off target. Josh Hancock, ball falls kindly to him, and he hits it really well, doesn't he? It was almost like the one on Boxing Day where Matt Sargent crashed an effort against the bar. Oh,
he chipped it, sort of played him within probably about 35 yards out, sort of on the half chip, and then volleyed it, and it sort of just swerved. Matt Irwin did jump to sort of like parry it over the bar, but it was
always rising.
Always rising.
Just seeing a mention there from Alan Boardman, who mentions the Kidderminster Harriers score, and he's right. It's currently Marine 3, Kidderminster Harriers 1, who find themselves down to 10. So all things have changed there at Marine, who found themselves a goal behind after 6 minutes, got one back through Finn Sinclair Smith, and since then have ran riot really against Harriers. And also another one at the bottom, it's Hereford 1, Warrington Town 2. So teams towards the bottom, as things stands, barring of course Farsley, who are a goal down.
Struggling on the cold Tuesday night.
Again, Radcliffe have played as many as 2 to 3 games less than others in the table. Chorley, of course, as things stand, they're up to 3rd. But this is, as we mentioned, one of the games in hand. The other one will be the 25th of March game against Darlington at Blackwell Meadows. That game was originally scheduled to take place, I think, in January, but fell victims to the weather in Darlington. Frozen solid. It's never going to go ahead. I just feel like the crowd here at the Nuven has just gone a bit flat, hasn't it, in the last 5 or 10 minutes. Maybe part of that down to the fact that Chorley are really growing into the game, but just feel very quiet at the moment.
Well, 40 minutes in, they've got a corner now, so opportunity for them.
Set piece for the hosts, and the goalkeeper, Matthias Hewell, just has a drink of water. Comes in towards the front post.
Oh, he was first to it.
Headed over. I think it was Hancock again. I could be wrong.
Yeah,
just couldn't make out who it was, but they did beat the Chorley defender to it quite sweetly. It was delivered with quite a lot of power, wasn't it? And then just flush on the head.
Probably got too much on it, to be honest. Really,
just couldn't keep it down. It wasn't a million miles away, but off target.
If he had half caught that, he probably sticks it in the bottom corner, doesn't he? But full head puts it over the bar.
Sampson just waiting for bodies in black and white to come forward and help him, but goes wide towards Horbury, who'd pushed on. Blakeman done really well there, and Sampson now decides to go for a shot and hits it at Hewell, who parries it unconvincingly, it has to be said. Duxbury scrambles clear and just puts his foot through it. Anywhere will do. And Sampson, I don't think many would have expected him to shoot from there, but he wanted to test the goalkeeper, and he really did. He didn't look convincing there at all.
He had a look up and saw that there wasn't really a ball on to play through, so on his left foot gave it a good smash, and it was one of those ones that dips just before the keeper as well, so bounced in front of the keeper, couldn't get a full control on it, parried it up into the air, really sort of more into play than out of play, and his defender was only able to clear it, really. But again, more attacking intent from Chorley. Slow play from the Borough here from the back. Not trying to get it forward quickly.
No, again, a lot of what Radcliffe have been doing are these diagonal balls, and sometimes they have come off, and more often than not, they're not. And Horbury just looking to press on Hewell, just to run about 40 yards there just for the press. And again, it's another long ball forward from the host, from the goalkeeper, but this time the offside flag is raised.
Yeah. See what they're doing. They're trying to slow the ball down, pass it from left to right, look for that diag pass, play it in long, try to pin them in, and then get a quick cross or someone run around the back to get that sort of square ball in.
It's interesting because they do play short. They are showing that they are, able to play long as well. And like I say earlier on, Oran, they're not playing like a side who are currently 19th in the table. Unconvincing header on, and Chorley looking to build an attack again. Henley down this right, holds it, hits it off. No, he hits it against Hancock, who presses him, but unfortunately does come off the number 2, and Radcliffe have a throw just inside their own half. 43 minutes gone. It has been much better from Chorley. They've definitely grown into it as the half has gone on.
But still 0-0.
Still 0-0, all to play for at the moment. I'll be hoping for Andy Priest, I'm sure, will be hoping for another opportunity before the half-time whistle is blown as Duxbury just goes down the line with the throw. Then pumped clear by Smith towards Sampson, who goes up against Rick Smith. Just hear Andy Priest, even with my headphones on, Oran, you can hear Andy Priest shouting, and
press.
A loose pass at the back from centre half. Brad Roscoe, almost wrong-footed Hewell, who expected it to be in the other corner of the goal. But luckily for him, Sampson was a good 5 or 10 yards too short. Anywhere will do again this time. Duxbury hits it long towards Jordan Hume, the ball's sticking nicely for him. Got to be careful and surely clear it nicely. Sampson, ball at his feet. Goes and finds Warren Clark on halfway. Calverley, ball at his feet. Goes diagonal wide towards Henley, who touches it down nicely towards Horbury, and Radcliffe just trying to get the shape back. Diagonal opposite side now towards Clark again. Blakeman just looking to get the better of Tom Walker. Chorley patient again here though, Oran.
Yeah, not rushing it. Looking for those diagonal balls themselves at the minute.
John, regarding National League TV, nothing has been announced yet for those fixtures. We've only just had the fixtures through for the majority of February. There was a few comments made actually with regards to why Chorley haven't been on National League TV. Is it down to a fan base, or is it down to numbers? Well, all we can say is we have no say in which games are picked, who are picked. You'd probably think that it's down to league position. While we were top of the league, we didn't get picked. While we were 7th, we didn't get picked. We currently sit 3rd or 4th, and we still haven't been picked. The only game obviously being the Darlington game on a Tuesday night. Just trying to see, I think it's only 1 minute, yeah, 1 minute added. But if there are any games due to be selected for National League TV on DAZN, we will update accordingly when they are announced. They've just let the ball go here, Radcliffe, and Henley's done fantastically well to keep the ball in. And a real chase on there, Adam Henley. I think Radcliffe were expecting the ball to go out. Horbury goes back. It's on halfway at the feet of Mark Ellis, who just goes to the diagonal towards Sampson, who flicks on, finds Carr. Blakeman's there, has a shot. It's blocked by Danny Greenfield. It was again another one headed towards the far corner. Dangerous from Chorley. Brilliantly done from George Horbury. And the referee eventually goes back for a foul.
Oh, Blakeman was, after he struck that, you could see in his face, he thinks that was flying in, but well defended on the line. Great chance there.
Really good play that though from Sampson and Carr, then into Horbury, who did brilliant with his feet, and Blakeman was thinking he was going to nestle in the far corner, but blocked.
Good. It's probably the last chance here. Blake
Yeah,
with
you
a free
think
kick.
so. 46-27 on the electronic scoreboard here at Radcliffe, and it is Blakeman to deliver. Looks like it's going to go all over everyone. Hume gets it though. Calvary's got a chase on, gets his feet together. Now it's at the feet of Nolan, who delivers towards the back post towards Mark Ellis, who's gone down in a collision with the goalkeeper, but the half-time whistle is blown. Half really Oran without too many chances, but after a slow start, Chorley on top here, and all to play for in the second half.
Yeah, Chorley definitely on top in this first half so far. So like I said, the first 10 minutes were very much all Radcliffe. Came out very quick, firing the ball in direct, trying to get crosses in quickly, trying to get second man runs in. Rest of the half, Chorley were on top. Couple of chances, you know, a header from Calvary from the corner. Couple of half chances where Blakeman's had a shot or George Horbury's had a shot, but it being blocked. That last one there by Blakeman's probably the closest one, where he takes it on the half volley after Tom Carr lays it off to him, and it's blocked about 3 yards out. But nothing other than that, and the goals haven't come yet. But it's 0-0.
Yeah, I don't think Andy Priest will be disappointed with his side's display by any means. Certainly on the showing in terms of as the first half drew towards its conclusion. But as we are all to play for, we're going to have a little break for 10 minutes or so. Go and get a brew, go and get a coffee, a Monster Energy, whatever you choose. Don't turn off. We'll be back in 10 or 15 minutes time before the second half kicks off. We are going to go quiet, so don't think it's your stream or anything to do with that. We're just going to go on mute, so we'll be back very, very shortly.
On the Magpies.
Welcome back, everyone. The Liverpool Stadium. This evening's game between Radcliffe and Chorley. Half-time score was Radcliffe 0, Chorley 0. A game of few chances, Oran. But now with Matt Irwin just in front of us, kicking into his goal post. Andy Priest will be looking to build on what was a promising first half display. It didn't start off brilliantly, but second part of the first half really grew into that.
Yeah, looked like Chorley were very much on top in that second half of the first half. Need to take that momentum into the second half now and turn it into a chance and create a goal.
Yep, and it will be the hosts, Radcliffe, who to get the second half underway. Chorley kicking towards the Radcliffe end, and Radcliffe kicking into the away end, so it'll be interesting if any goals go in, how the celebrations will unfold. And there we go, off and running for the second half. Ball quickly pumped up long. Radcliffe, as they did in the first half, just looking to start brightly. George Horbury done well to keep the ball in. Mark Ellis puts his foot through it. But back underway, and as we've said, encouragement. The ball's in towards the box quickly there, though, and Harvey Smith has to head clear. Jackson down this right hand side looking to beat Warren Clark. He's done that. Puts a teasing ball in.
And that's a corner.
It's behind for a corner. Wasn't convincing there, Harvey Smith, and he didn't get the good contact on the clearance, and in turn has conceded the corner.
Not too sure he knew exactly where he was, so he didn't want to take a full connection on it because he could have stuck it in his own net. But he put enough on it to stick it out for the corner. This will be a left-footed in-swinger now.
Yeah, I think it's Tom Walker over to take it. From the right, comes in all the way towards the back post, and Rick Smith was on Mark Ellis and he couldn't find contact on it with his head, but I think if he had done, Oran may have well found the back of the net.
Yeah, Ella was there, he was sort of touched tight with him as well, but it's one of those ones, if the striker gets a touch on it, that's in the back of the net.
It was very, very close to finding the opening goal, but Irwin gratefully takes the goal kick. It's long, it's headed on by Warren Clark, a good touch from him, who was another one of the standout players for Chorley in the opening 45. Schumann Ellis, battle for the ball, and Carvalli just hooks it, goes to the feet of Brad Jackson, and Radcliffe forced to go all the way back. Another one of these teasing long balls. It finds only Mark Ellis, who clears it, and it's hit first time. I think that's Josh Hancock who's had the shot, but straight at Irwin. Never ever going to test him there, is he, Oran?
No, he sort of just puts a foot through it, really, rather than a strike.
There's no real conviction in the shot. That's fair to say. He just, I think when he hit it, he realised, probably shouldn't have done that. But it's going to be interesting, this, not least if Chorley do score, to be able to try and make out who has scored. Because as we said,
it's going to be a guess for us, I think.
It's quite hard to see. Hopefully the announcers mention it. Tom Carr's in on goal, goes for a shot. Audacious, I can see why he's taken the shot. It's always going to rise when he hits it in that manner, almost on the turn, on the half volley, and goes with his left over the top. And to be fair though, the Chorley supporters behind the goal, I can hear them in fine voice again, even with my headset on. So great to hear
them. Yeah, so I thought it was probably the right option for Tom to have the shot there. Sort of pivoted on it and had the shot, but
yeah, to be fair to Tom, he didn't really have any other options to go for, and Sampson's held it well. Sampson again just goes down, holding it really well.
Foul.
Oh.
Yeah.
He was holding it in his feet down low, wasn't he, Sampson? He just let it get away from him a touch, and then.
Yeah. I think if he hadn't have fouled him anyway, I think the ref may have stopped it anyway for a bit of obstruction. So that Sampson had it between his feet and.
Tough to say those. You don't see many of those these days given for obstruction. see the viewers coming back in after a break at half time. If you know anyone who's not come to the game tonight, or anyone at all who follows the Magpies, please do share it over with your friends. Jordan Hume there just trying to get the better of Harvey Smith, and it's another corner to Radcliffe. Again, a bit fortuitous to get the opportunity from a set piece, but Radcliffe be looking to make the most of it.
Bit nervy there. That was a bit dodgy. Chorley just had to hoof it away.
I think it is Tom Walker again, left hand side, in swinger.
It's a 10.
Rick Smith heads in for Radcliffe. This time he makes no mistake, he gets on the end of it. 15 minutes on the clock. Now the Magpies find themselves a goal behind from a set piece, work to do, and Oran, what do we say to that?
Yeah, very good corner. Sort of played in deep, and similar to the one it was the last time. Smith gets his head in against Ellis, but he heads it back across goal, and it's sort of those ones that's over the keeper, over Henley's on the post, Blakeman who's on the post, and it's in 1-0 to Radcliffe on 50 minutes.
It's a really good header, to be fair, from Smith, and the danger sign was there from the corner before, and Chorley just couldn't deal with that. 5 minutes into the second half, work to do now for Chorley. The game and the dynamic of the game has to change. Chorley looked really promising towards the back end of the first half, but you feel that now it's going to be a case of Chorley.
He's just blew it up here a second. Oh no, it's sliding through to a Radcliffe player. But yeah, Chorley need to pick it up now. 1-0 down.
It was a really well taken header, and he didn't. Almost like he got really good contact with Smith, but he didn't force it. He just perfectly found the corner. And Chorley, for the first time this season, find themselves a goal behind, but we all know what Chorley can do when they turn it on. We've seen it so many times this season. Of course, come into this game 10 games unbeaten, with 5 wins in 5, and now the Magpies have a free kick. It looks to be about 30 yards from goal, Oran.
Yeah, maybe a little bit too far for a strike, with Tom Carr again back to goal, sort of holding it up, waiting to pass it on, and looked like the defender came through the back of him.
Yeah,
Ref did let it go on to see if it would have come on to anything,
just
but
in case,
brought it back.
But again, Tom Carr doing what he does best. He wins the free kick. Blakeman is the only player for Chorley stood over it. There's a 2-man wall.
Yeah, quite central.
They were just being told to take a few more steps back by referee Declan Brown. Wouldn't surprise me. It's very hard to see whether he will go for the shot, but you'd never know with Blakeman. Goes the back post. It's towards Sampson. It's not cleared quite just yet. Ball's bouncing 2 or 3 times. Now, eventually, it's behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, dangerous ball in, but it was one of those ones that just gets headed up into the air 2 or 3 times. I think it's Tom Carr. He gets the last head on it, and it goes over the byline out for a goal kick. Need to pick it up here, Chorley.
Yeah, Chorley just looking to not necessarily get back into the game more, because I think it has probably been on as even, although again Chorley edged it towards the second part of the first half, and Joe Norland just caught there by the number 8 George Glendon.
Just need to sort of turn up the clinicalness, really. I think, you know, from all the chances that Chorley have created, there's not one I can say that is a clear chance. You know, it's been a lot of half chances, hasn't it?
It'll be interesting to see how long Andy Priest waits before he turns to the substitutes. Of course, a few attacking options on there in Mamadou Touré, Dumeze and Cole Hall. But what I will say though is I think Jack Sampson's been pretty good. Tom Carr's been pretty good. So does he look to change his system, or does he go like for like? It'd be interesting to see. And first things first, though, Adam Henley forced to clear the ball towards the gantry as George Glendon was putting pressure on him, and a few Radcliffe supporters near us and showing their appreciation from the press by the former Chester midfielder.
It was good pressing there from him. But the pass the Irwin was on. Could always have passed it to him.
Got some exclusive information for our listeners. Can confirm that our chairman JV Vermiglio had a pie for his pre-match meal in the directors' lounge at Radcliffe. A pie. So if anyone had that on their commentary bingo, you've won one of our virtual prizes. Warren Clark, though, done really well down this left-hand side. Does really well in the end to force a throw, which will be right on the opposite end of the ground, the far corner. Chance of Chorley coming in strong, and a long throw are likely to come in, and we can hear the chants, can't we, Oran? We know what's coming next.
It's good. Fans are here behind them.
Blakeman throws long towards the head of Ellis. It bounces all the way over and into the side net, and then it's a goal kick. So really, really tough for us to see from this angle, Oran.
Yeah.
The way the throws, the set pieces are setting up, because we are quite literally in a straight direct view of the opposite goal mouth, which would be great if Chorley were shooting this way in both halves. Referee Declan Brown just signalling to the goalkeeper Matthias Schult to hurry up as he delayed the goal kick there. Goes long, it's headed on really nicely from Josh Hancock, and Harvey Smith has to hook it clear, finds the chest of Clark. Clark then passes a bit loose and Carverley loses out. Radcliffe bursting on forward down this left now this time. Plays it short, Greenfield. This is where again Radcliffe, though, they go from almost very quick to just calm and collected. This time they put the ball in towards the danger zone, and Ellis clears. Second time Nolan clears. Henley this time, and Chorley just looking to try and clear it at the moment. They have done this time with Horbury, and there's just a bit of a coming together there, or you see between Jack Sampson and I think it was Brad Roscoe. Radcliffe come again though. You hear it a lot in football, Oran, but how important is the second goal if there is one in this game?
Yeah, really important. You know, like you can swing the momentum big time if Chorley get back in to get a cat goal. But heads might fall.
Good press from Tom Carr, and he's just he's won the ball back, and he's frustrated. He thinks the linesman's got it wrong. He thinks he kept the ball in, and he'd beaten his marker in Scott Duxbury to win the ball back, and he looked like he was heading towards goal, but the linesman has given it to Radcliffe, and Scott Duxbury will just try the ball off, go down the line towards Hancock, and Ellis just puts his foot through that, gives something for Jack Sampson to chase as Duxbury hooks it towards his own goal. It's headed on. Scrambled clean, Smith slipped on. Jordan Humes has to do better there, doesn't he, Oran?
He's one-on-one with Irwin, really. He's got time to pick his spot, but all he does is volley it straight at him.
Yeah, Smith probably butchered my words a bit there. He didn't slip, he just slipped up in that it came inadvertently off his chest, which set Hume in on goal. And for a player of so much experience at this level and the levels above, Hume will be disappointed not to have put that one away.
Yeah, Matty Irwin did well, made himself big and made the save, but yeah, Hume will be disappointed with himself there. He thinks he probably should have scored. Oh, well done by Tom Carr. Tracking back wins that. But Radcliffe winning back again. Chorley just can't seem to get a foot on it at the minute. Seems to be all Radcliffe. So down the right hand side. Cross comes in deep.
It's a good
Hello
header, but
gets it
Hello
away.
goes down with his head, and Warren Clark can't keep the ball under as George Horbury looks to press.
Given away by Radcliffe again, but being able to get it back again. Ryan Jackson plays a reverse ball infield. Walker couldn't quite poke it through as he intended. Counter-attack on here, so Chorley can get this one down and under.
Oh, it's a good chance here. Warren Clark's breaking down the left-hand side. Lots of space.
Lots of space, probably too much space. He jigs inside. It looks
Handball.
like, was it not off a hand, or are we clutching at straws? It looked like it was.
It's one of them ones. He does strike it from like 3 or 4 yards away from him.
Cuts inside and goes with his weaker right, does Warren. We will just while we wait for this throw. Is it a throw? It's funny, it's that far away. I can just about see now.
Yeah, Blakeman's on for the throw-in.
Throwy, yep, coming in from Blakeman. Flicked down to the box. Oh, what's going
Cleared
on there?
away.
It's so hard to see from all this way away. I can't tell what. I think it's another throw on the opposite side.
Yeah, it was a great throw-in by Blakeman. Flicked on, sort of falls down into the middle of the box, and Tom Carr can't get a strike away. The defender, I think it was Roscoe, was only able to get a foot on it.
Yeah, Blakeman over on the opposite side now to take another long throw is Hereford, have somehow taken the lead. Took the lead 3-2 against Warrington Town. The throw's in towards the box. Clark chasing. His touch is a bit heavy and he's pushed. Concedes possession, and now Radcliffe. Danny Greenfield just looking to beat Adam Henley, but he can't. Irwin hits it long. Kings Lynn have made it 2-0 against Oxford City. Spennymoor 3-0 up against Alfreton Town. As we are here at the Newvin, it's still Radcliffe 1, Chorley 0, thanks to Rick Smith's header from a corner. Hume holds it, goes out to this wide right-hand side. Short first-time delivery comes in. It's a diving header away clear from Harvey Smith, and Glendon put under pressure from Horbury, who looks frustrated. Chris Charnley says fresh legs needed, I think. Yeah, interesting. Just over the hour mark now. Will Andy Priest go to the bench? He's got options there if he needs them. I wouldn't say, Oran, that any Chorley player looks short of legs or looks tired at this moment in time, or has looked tired, but might be a case of a couple of changes may make the difference.
Just seem to be winning the second ball solo here now, Radcliffe.
Radcliffe up in the ante, and Hume thinks he's in.
Just
Flag
offside.
is up. And a reprieve for the Magpies.
Yeah, so he's got, looks like Cole Hall, Mamadou Toure, and Eze all warming up. You know, good 3 attacking options there. Does he go wholesale and take the 2 strikers?
Even Jack Moore for Adam Henley could be another option.
Options. There is options there.
Try and get a few balls out wide. But feels like a bit of a scrappy game at the moment.
Yeah.
Lots of
It's midfield battling and
lots
second
of
balls.
the ball being just hoofed clear, and Ellis there just sort of lumps it clear. It's just really struggling to get the ball under at the moment. Chorley is every opportunity. It's just between both sides. It's just sort of bundled clear all the time, and I mean, what I would say is it's not particularly nice on the eye, is it, when you see it like this?
A lot of head tennis, a lot of scrapping, a lot of breakdowns on the second ball. But 64 minutes in, Chorley are 1-0 down still.
Yeah, it's just frustrating maybe at the moment for Chorley. Again, as you mentioned earlier, Oran, haven't really tested the goalkeeper into a an outstretched save or a direct save, a couple of punches and of the like, and Now an opportunity knocks as Calverley has the ball, edge of the box, just takes his time, waits, finds Ellis on the edge. Looked for a minute like he was going to take the shot, but instead finds Henley. This time is forced back to Smith. Chorley now just taking time. As I say, that Smith goes for a long diagonal ball in search of Oran Clark, who wins it really well, but it's again cleared away by Radcliffe, and Chorley come again. Smith again, another diagonal ball, Oran out on the right. Not getting anywhere with that one though, and Jordan Hume looks to beat Horbury, but to be fair to George, he's done really well there to keep it. Tom Carr though, he can't keep the ball, and surely it's just not sticking at the moment, is it, Oran?
No, they're trying to, when they break the ball down, they're trying to play a ball up to the strikers, and they just not seem to be keeping it under control. There's going to have to be some subs, I think, but hopefully coming soon. Yeah. Looking to see if there's any action on that Chorley bench.
We have to keep our eyes and ears peeled. Referee has just blown. Is he telling Blakeman, I think, just to hold his horses in terms of how far he goes with the throw? He goes long down the line. Ellis has got Hume for company. Hume does well though, beats the challenge of Ellis. Ball forwards kindly to Greenfield, who pokes it towards goal. Ellis hooks it clear, but eventually the flag does go up. Could just do with a little bit of a G up, or a little bit of a encouragement maybe from the supporters behind the goal, maybe a change. Because Chorley haven't been poor tonight. No, just a case of maybe lacking that little bit of cutting edge.
Just need that little bit of creativity, a clear cut chance, or a great cross that meets ahead.
Like I say, they've been in such a good run of form recently.
Comes a long throw from Blakes. Smith.
Handful of changes tonight from Andy Priest to freshen it up, and the ball long, it's flicked in, it's then just lumped clear anywhere will do from Radcliffe, and Henley's got loads of time to take a touch, lay it back to Irwin. Radcliffe visually keeping more players back now, as they'll want to do. They'll know that at half time it was Warrington Town who were in front against Hereford. Now the score has switched around. It's 3-2 to Hereford, but they'll be thinking, we need to get something here. Nathan Hewitson says, come on the Magpies, sing your hearts out in the cowshed. Yeah, look, the fantastic support again this evening, but has gone a little quiet. He's a little tense here this evening at the Nuven now. Not necessarily game on a knife edge by any means just yet, and surely haven't yet thrown the kitchen sink at it, Oran, but
they've got the option to do that as well. They've got the options to do that. Start going long, just keep going direct then, I suppose. That'll be a decision that Andy Priest and Ando will have to make at some point.
Just a bit of a delay here as Radcliffe seems to be taking quite some time to take the throw in. George Horbury visibly frustrated and showing that to the referee Declan Brown, because he's definitely, Scott Duxbury, taking a good 30 or 40 seconds just to go and get the ball. Surely supporters now behind the goal voicing their displeasure at this. Duxbury still hasn't taken the throw. Well, eventually he does, and it's towards Henley, and Carr puts his foot in. Hopeful, I don't know if you can call it a clearance, it was almost just a hoof across goal on halfway from Radcliffe, and now Calverley can pick the ball up. Pressure on him. He's just waving his hands forward. I think he wants a bit more movement towards the top end, and now Mark Ellis sends Jordan Hume on his way. Harvey Smith Goes for that long ball towards Sampson, who's beaten to it by Smith. Smith now, Harvey Smith should I say, has the ball at his feet. 50-50 comes in, one of Ryan Jacobs' favourites. Hopefully you're listening in tonight, Ryan, while you're looking after the Cats. Meow. Seen a comment over on Facebook from Richard Fields. Come on, let's get one back from one of our corner specialists.
You can see some action on the bench there.
I think it's Mo Torre. Yeah, Mo Torre.
Yeah, looks like Mo Torre.
Like the one who's going to be the first player to come on for Chorley. Once a decision and a change is made, we'll be sure to update you as soon as we can. Just not sticking for Chorley at the moment at all. It's funny how the game works though, isn't it, Oran? It's only 1-0 for Radcliffe, and Chorley haven't been poor by any means, but just feels a little bit frustrating at the moment. And now Nolan, just can't get his pass right, and it goes inadvertently into a Radcliffe player in Greenfield who slips in. Oh, it goes across the box. Why doesn't he keep going?
I don't know. I don't know why he just didn't shoot.
Oh my God. I can't quite make out who the player was for Radcliffe. But why doesn't he just keep driving towards goal and have the shot?
No
I think
idea.
he must have thought his opposite number was
like a perfect square ball, yeah.
Ball to play across goal and sort of tap it home, but Radcliffe have to settle for a corner. We all know what happened with the last one. I can just see Tom Walker again with the one to deliver, and Rick Smith with Brad Roscoe coming into the box now. As delivered in, headed up by Blakeman, and Ellis, just caught one in the face there, Mark Ellis, but heads it clear, only as far as Greenfield, who goes back wide, right to Walker, looking to beat Warren Clark. Good block in from Harvey Smith to deny a shot from Matt Sargent, and Joe Nolan's going to be switched on here. Glendon, left hand side. Plays it back to Josh Hancock. 72 minutes played, and the scoreline remains Radcliffe 1, Chorley 0, all thanks to that header from a corner from Rick Smith for the hosts. Walker, right hand side, jinks in, jinks out, cross goal, and Irwin has to be on hand. The parry away, Hancock has a shot this time. Into flurry of bodies, now the ball into the box from Jackson.
Oh, that's a bad one, that. That's quite bad, that.
Poor challenge on Tom Carr from the 24, Matt Sargent.
Yeah, it's going to be a yellow card, that.
It'd be interesting if obviously Mo Torre still waiting in the ways. Is it going to be a case of more Mo Torre, for Tom Carr? Somebody else. Carr now back up on his feet. Referee
they're making the sub yet?
Having a quick word and books the 24 Matt Sargent. And Matt Sargent is booked on 73 minutes for that challenge on Carr.
Joe Nolan has gone off for Momotore.
74 minutes.
So it's interesting to see what sort of a formation he's going to play here.
On for Joe Nolan.
I'd assume it would be Tom Carr going out to the wing and George Horbury coming into the middle.
Yeah, we'll have to keep our eyes and ears peeled for that. But yeah, it's Mo Torre, an attacking change from Andy Priest. Radcliffe, the management duo of Anthony Johnson and Bernard Morley, yet to make a change from their side of the dugout. You have to feel, Oran, this thing stand, it probably won't be the last change that Chorley make.
No, I think there will be some more changes coming as well, but let's see how this one sits. Oh, that's a tough one, that. Radcliffe are shouting for a yellow card here, similar to the foul that was on Tom Carr. But it wasn't a bad tackle, really. If anything, I thought he probably got the ball. Oh, he's magically up now when the referee says there's no yellow.
Yeah, no yellow card. You just feel though, Oran, in this game, 15 minutes plus stoppage to play, there's still going to be chances in this game. Although Chorley haven't had many tonight, you feel there's still a lot left in this game.
Well,
Set piece still alive here for Radcliffe, and this time Henley puts his foot through it. Good flick on from Horbury. Looks to set Carr free, and he's just shot down there.
Offside.
Flags up again though against Jordan Hume, who, not for the first time tonight, is flagged for offside.
Yeah, right decision by the linesman there.
Have a look at some of the goals elsewhere in National League North. While we've got a bit of a pause in play, let us know where you're listening from this evening, whether it's Chorley, whether it's Koppel, whether it's Copenhagen, whether it's Glasgow, Spain, Thailand. We've had all sorts over the past couple of weeks, so let us know where you're tuning in from tonight. Oxford City, you've got a goal back against Kings Lynn. Livingston have hit the front against Buxton. Alfreton Town have got a goal back against Spennymoor Town. Here at the Newman, 77 minutes gone. Remains Radcliffe 1, Chorley 0. He's just, the referee, Declan Brown, has just booked Shewelt for this, for time wasting.
Oh, Tom Carver's nearly in on that.
Bit of dismay round us at the moment, Oran, for that foul going against Radcliffe, as the Chorley fans behind the opposite goal seem to have woken up a little bit, and I think they know that now the team needs them.
Yeah, do need that sort of 12th man at the minute. Need a bit of something special. Someone needs to pop up with something soon. Fouled out.
Irwin puts the ball in, and unfortunately the referee's seen too much and calls for a foul. I have to be careful here though, Radcliffe, because see with Tory only gives you that extra option in attack. Shewelt has been booked for taking too long to take a goal kick. Duxbury took over a minute to take a throw in before. Another change for Chorley. It's Tom Carr off, I think, or was it Jack Sampson, or was it two?
Yeah, looks like a double change. Yeah,
Eze
and Hall on.
Hall. So I think it's Tom Carr and Jack Sampson. Yep. So Dubem Eze and Cole Hall are both on in place of Jack Sampson and Tom Carr.
Free kick for Radcliffe back underway from mid-right here to take towards Tom Walker. He's won his initial headed it infield and smart everything ever.
So the two strikers have been changed. Eze's been brought on as well to create some creativity. Might be the little spark, I said, we need it. A bit of magic.
Yeah, last 15 minutes, you think with some stoppages added on for those pairs.
Oh, Eze's in! Oh, he's offside!
Can first touch the ball from
Oh, he's going to get
Dumeze.
booked. He's going to get booked now for that.
Cole Hall just puts the ball in the back of the net. In any case,
No, he hasn't booked him. That was a good flick on though from Cole Hall from that diagonal ball. But as he was just offside.
but straight away though, although there was an offside in there, both players who've just come on were making a quick
Immediate impact, yeah.
impact on the game. Just see Celtic have taken the lead away at Bayern Munich.
So that's a draw.
It's currently 2-2 on aggregate with
Yeah.
28 minutes to play. A huge goal for Brendan Rodgers' side, and surely could do one themselves as Hall battles away. More of this where it's just back and forward, head tennis and scrappy, but surely
well
eventually come away with it. Oh. Michael Duffy says Chorley banged that drum. Well, I think unfortunately the drum is being banged by Radcliffe supporters at the moment. But see there, Dumeze done really well there to put under pressure.
Radcliffe player's
player,
gone
and now
down.
we've got a Radcliffe player down as Cole Hall had to run about 30 yards to try and go get the ball.
Substitution for Radcliffe, replacing number 17, Tom Walker. Is number 14, Luca Navarro.
Luca Navarro on for number 17, Tom Walker. Tom Walker, the man who set up the opening goal, the only goal of the game so far, and dangerous at times down that right hand side, the former AFC filed man. Physio is now on, and these are all really, Oran, valuable moments for Radcliffe to once have a
Time wasting,
breather,
yeah.
but also you have to feel they know what they're doing it on purpose. You know, we're going to lose probably another minute of play here, and I wouldn't be surprised that to see 6-7 minutes added on. You know, get your predictions in the comments. How many minutes will we see added on at the end of this game? It's interesting, actually, quite a few Radcliffe fans looking to leave with over 10 or 15 minutes to go.
Chorley taking this opportunity to do a bit of refueling themselves. A few gels and bottles being brought onto the pitch.
Yeah, it just gives Andy Priest probably a bit of time to sort of send a few instructions over. We can just see Mark Ellis, Adam Blakeman and Harvey Smith having a bit of a chat on halfway. Irwin walking back towards his goal. Again, just while we've got a moment. Come on, surely from Matt at Orion Travel. That's an interesting username for you though, Matt. Really mistaken the picture of you when we get on the bus, Matt. Hope you're having a good time down at Hereford this evening. No more goals to report as yet in National League North, although I say that as Buxton have just equalised against Leamington. So Anthony Dudley on for Matt Sargent's an attacking change for Radcliffe. Dudley the target man. We'll have 10 or 15 minutes to make his mark on the game as the hosts just look to see things out in the final stages. A throw down the line, met by Hancock. Flicked on back from Chorley and Hall. Dangerously heads it towards goal. And Radcliffe again, anywhere will do. Could see the throw as Scott Duxbury looked to try and keep it in, but quickly realised he couldn't, and he's straight back in to try and defend this incoming throw. throw breaks down. It's another one to come in though, and again the Chorley fans, Oran,
Getting loud, getting loud.
louder and louder.
Switching thrower as well. Henley was taking that from the right hand side, and Blakeman now has come across for that long Blakeman throw. And see if you can get some attacking intent from this.
So throw in from the right, flatter. Looks to me, it is a corner.
Corner ball.
Score at the moment is Radcliffe 1, Chorley 0. 84 minutes and 25 seconds on the clock.
So this will be the in swinger from Blakeman this time. First corner in the second half for Chorley. Lots of movement in that box. It goes in deep. Cleared away.
Again, just anywhere will do for Radcliffe, and now Warren Clark looks to keep it. He's got a bit lucky there. Left hand side. Got to be careful to make the foul, and just goes down. I think it's Danny Greenfield, and didn't look like there was much in that, but he stayed down.
No, he's milking it now, but he did well to win the free kick. Got his body in front of the defender. Or got his body in front of Warren Clark, sorry. Warren Clark could just go into the back of him.
I suppose in that situation, or as soon as there's any kind of contact, you're going to go
down.
down. And another change for Radcliffe. Judy Yebo on for number 7, Josh Hancock, who's been another one tonight who pretty impressed, to be fair. A handful of chances. But again, Radcliffe just looking to slow things down, take the time and consolidate as Shewell. Long goal kick over. Torre just nudged in the back. Calverley. Oh, that's soft. A little bit of a sort of a shot. Shoving the back, and referee quick to give the host a free kick. They're not even bothered about taking it, or it's actually Adam Blake when he goes against the ball.
They're slowing it down, aren't they? Deliberately.
Attendance this evening confirmed is 999, with, as we mentioned, at least 150 Chorley supporters currently stood supporting the Magpies behind the goal. Well, again, no hurry whatsoever for Radcliffe to take this free kick. Great to hear you back again, Roger Hall from Bermuda. From Greenfield, headed away by Horbury. Yebo, his first touch with his head. Falls kindly back to him. That's a shot. And it goes towards Rick Smith. After Yebo had the shot, and it was semi-tight on Mark Ellis, and referee Declan Brown gives the free kick. And another opportunity for Chorley now to try and get the ball up the other end of the pitch. Irwin, 87.5 minutes gone. Irwin goes long towards Hall. Hume holds it nicely. Beat away Ellis, and Harvey Smith puts his foot through it. Chorley now really up in the ante, and they need to, Oran.
Yeah, not long left now. Chorley need to start throwing the kitchen sink in.
Shots for a handball, and the ball's down the line. Again, Radcliffe. This time clear, and Chorley this time. Dudley has it. Slips in a Yebo. 2-0 for Radcliffe. Chorley undone. And Yebo, the ball brought kindly to him. Hume, Johnny on the spot. In the 89th minute, Radcliffe have their second, and that looks all but it for Chorley this evening at the Nuven. Take nothing short of a miracle to get themselves back in this game.
Yeah, it was a well-worked goal. They played it down their left-hand side, Chorley's right. Zebo got in the left-hand side. Ellis couldn't get anywhere near him, sort of worked the space. And it was a simple square ball. Jordan Hume's going to put that in away from 4 yards out.
Sticks it in, 2-0 Radcliffe.
Chorley now.
He didn't miss that one.
Yeah, I can't say it was coming, Oran. We've seen the threat that Radcliffe pose, and you know, we mentioned more than once that they're not being bothered about taking free kicks, throws, corners. You almost looked like Dudley was going for the corner there, and all of a sudden, out of nothing, they score.
Yeah, the slow played it, but you know, when you're on top, you'll do it. We do it 100 times ourselves when we've got a 1-goal lead, but just nothing creative really. Spark way for Chorley.
We said,
today.
didn't we, the second goal would be ultimately big goal in this game, and it's gone to the hosts, who shown real signs of quality in patches this game, but again, both sides really haven't had much of a cutting edge. It's just been very scrappy tonight.
Yeah, a lot of head tennis, a lot of second balls, breakdowns.
Again, it is really a case of last chance saloon. We're over the 90 now. We've not seen the board go up or an announcement of how many minutes will be added. Surely, you feel, Oran, they need to score within the next minute. I'm not seeing a board go up of how many minutes.
I've not seen the board either, so might not even be enough time for that minute, Pete.
Good head on from Cole Hall. Oh, Henley battling away with a Yebo, and the Yebo comes away on top. He's only been on the pitch 5 minutes. He's created a goal, and now he's headed towards the corners. You'd expect him to do so. Let's see a comment there. Why does Chorley always struggle against the teams near the bottom? I think fair to say, Oran, Radcliffe haven't played like a team towards the bottom tonight.
No, you mentioned that they play good football, and like you say, they've got a couple of games in hand, so they probably aren't really a 19th position team, but just no clinicalness from Chorley today. Nothing created. You know, not many chances at all.
No. Be interested to get the thoughts of Andy Priest after the game. Of course, I'll be catching up with him shortly after the full-time whistle. I'm sure he'll be disappointed, but ultimately lots of positives. 10 games unbeaten, 5 wins on the spin. You feel that the run in this league is always going to come to an end at some stage. Of course, disappointing. It looks all but set to be tonight. But, you know, big game at the weekend away at Warrington Town. Another team towards the bottom. And then on Tuesday night against Farsley Celtic, who also find themselves rooted towards the bottom. Henley. Maybe one last chance for Chorley. Eze. Looks towards Cole Hall, but his pass is not on the same wavelength as Hall. It was loose. Chorley again now, though. Pushing.
It's too straight and too direct. That the centre half of Radcliffe are loving that, though. They'll head them down all day long.
Now another chance for Radcliffe down this right. Beats the sliding challenge of Smith. Irwin does well. And Ellis comes out. Oh, right in the face of Ellis. Glendon clearly in the face of Mark Ellis. And the Lions is right next to Mark Ellis, and he doesn't give it, which is bemusing to me. Being told there's 6 added minutes.
We're in the 94th now.
Blakeman, ball at his feet. See quite a few Radcliffe fans in front of us. Apologies if you can hear any fruity
Corner
language.
for Chorley.
Maybe one last chance for Chorley. Minute or so left to play. Corner.
Blakeman to play it in.
Blakeman delivers towards the back post. Headed in towards the far corner, and it's headed away. I think it was Mike Carville who got on the end of that. Ebo all the way up the other end though. Warren and Clark's the man tasked with keeping him at bay, and he beats Clark. Great save from Irwin. Really good save from Matthew Irwin.
Must be nearly full time now.
Just see the chance in front of us, Oran, from the Radcliffe supporters who say we are staying up, and we'll see a long way to go left in the season, but I think based on this display for sure, won't have any problems staying up.
Yeah, I don't think they have a problem staying up with the quality in this team.
Probably think, Oran, that's the 6 minute on the clock.
That'll be it.
Will be that. Radcliffe come away winners this evening to break Chorley's unbeaten run. Rick Smith opened the scoring on 50 minutes for the hosts. Fantastic header that was really well placed into the far corner, and then of course Jordan Hume there with the dying embers of the game as Chorley look to get themselves back in it. Poked in from close range after a great low cross from Judy Ebo. Andy Priest sure will be disappointed to have come away this evening without a point. Oran, we just put it down to maybe lacking that cutting edge.
I don't know, it's a tough one really today. It wasn't as bad as the Boxing Day performance here, but there just was no spark, creativity. There was, a lot of possession out in the second half and the beginning of the first. In the end of the first half and the beginning of the second half, but just nothing created. No clear strikes on target. Nothing really where I'd say, we should have scored there. And undoubtedly, when they're 1-0 up, we're going to start to try to push forward a little bit more. I wouldn't say we were caught on the break or anything like that. But Jordan Hume from 6 yards out is going to put it away for the second. This one will sting. I think. I think coming into this to be thinking they should have got the 3 points here today, and they probably wanted to at least have a better performance than they did on the Boxing Day game, which didn't technically exist, but if you know what I mean.
I think it's interesting to think, a lot of people will be going into tonight's game thinking, we're towards the top of the table, Radcliffe towards the bottom, it should be an easy 3 points. It's never going to be that tonight, and Radcliffe, to their credit, have shown what they can do, and again, maybe a bit harsh in terms of the scoreline, but Radcliffe took their chances. Chorley restricted to very few chances. Hewell really have a big save to make. He was quite commanding in his box, and Radcliffe, towards the dying embers of the game, managed it well. They were taking their time on free kicks, they were taking their time on set pieces, corners, throws, any way they could, and they're fighting for their lives at this point, and a credit to them, but definitely not reason to be doom and gloom for Chorley. Only the first defeat in, or a draw in 10 games.
Yeah.
Sorry, the defeat in the first 10 games.
No, yeah.
They've won 5 on the bounce, and will be looking to bounce back again this Saturday against Warrington Town.
Yeah, they'll look at this game again and go, look, we could have done things differently probably in this game, and the result could have been different on another day, but But we'll have to look at it and think about, right, we didn't really create anything there. You know, should we potentially have started with Eze? Maybe an option. But you're always going to have to rotate. You're always going to have to move players around, give fresh legs. And the people that came in were quality players as well. It wasn't like that anyone didn't turn up. But they'll take this, they'll analyse it, see what went wrong, and go again on Saturday.
Yeah, we certainly will, Oran, and we'll be back for another outing of Magpies on air this weekend at the Cal Delivery Stadium, where the Magpies will take off against Paul Carden's Warrington Soundside. From me, Pete Tscherewik, big thank you to everyone for listening in this evening. Unfortunately, obviously not the result we would have wanted, but again, really appreciate you all tuning in, and we'll be back very, very soon.
Come on, Magpies.